Welcome to day 9 of our 10-day streak of staying motivated and taking action, ringing in the new year with more gusto, laying that strong foundation for success so you can hit your big goals in 2020. Yeah! Woo! Here we are. So, today's tip has to do with habits because when you set a stretch goal or a handful of stretch goals, that means something has to change. Something has to be different about the approach in order for you to achieve that goal, unless it's in an area you've never even tried before. But even then, that means new behaviors, right? So we're talking about habits. I know, hot topic, and one that often flows right on into the discipline conversation. So I'm going to save that for another day because, bottom line, discipline, I have so much to say about discipline. And I'm not anti-discipline. In fact, I have a whole chapter on it in my book because I have a lot of passion about it. But today, I just really want to focus on habits because the tip for today is to replace one habit with another. When you're expecting yourself to have new routines, to do things differently, to create new results, it means you've got to change something. And basically, that means shifting your habits somehow. So upgrading your habits is the phrase I like to use. So as you're upgrading your habits, typically it's easier to replace one habit with another or to attach a new habit with something into an existing routine. So I've used this example a million times, but this is a really easy one. When I was like 18 or whatever, and I was reading in, it was probably Mademoiselle or Cosmo or Shape magazine or something about doing plies while you brush your teeth. And I was like, that's freaking brilliant. So I started doing plies when I brush my teeth. Not always every morning and every night, but you get the idea. So then you're automatically getting a little bit more, something, activity while you're brushing your teeth. And I will tell you, otherwise, I am prone to be walking around the house, doing things while I'm brushing my teeth. And one time I actually fell into my closet, bashed the back of my jaw area with the toothbrush. And another time I fell on the stairs. And so, it's just really not that safe to be walking around while you're brushing your teeth. Much better to do plies. So that was a habit upgrade that, when I stick with it, is one that I really appreciate that I stumbled into. So that is a super silly and personal story, calling myself out on my silliness. But you can use something similar, right, to achieve your goals. It's upgrading your habit. So it's replacing one habit with another. So what's a habit that you have that you don't love, that you want to upgrade? What comes to mind? Maybe you got 3 or 4 or 10 in your mind right now. Pick one and think about, what could I do differently? So let's talk about a couple other examples. So I've been talking about revenue, sales results. One habit that I've seen a lot of people have over the years, and I used to be guilty of this myself. So I would get done with a sales conversation, say it's a call or a coffee meeting or a call, especially in the car, you're following up with people, and then you just move on to the next thing. But instead, what you want to do is to make a note of your next action and to put a date deadline on it. So put a date reminder. Does that make any sense? Whether you schedule it in your calendar or you have an app or a CRM that you use that gives you the option to set a reminder on a date, know exactly what your next action is going to be. This is so much easier. If you leave all of those notes to the end of the day or the end of the week, you know exactly what happens. So if better sales results is one of your big goals this year, this might be a habit that you consider. You probably have something else in mind, and that's great. I just want to give you some examples to make this a little bit easier. So I had another one in mind. Oh, well, right behind me, I have a green juice from my buddies at the Grove Juicery. Ooh, shout out. Love it. I have a weekly juice subscription because I have a juicer. I'm going to call myself out again. I have a juicer, and in the past, I've expected myself to make a green juice or a green smoothie every single day, and I've done it for chunks of time. I've had long streaks of that, and I was great. I felt better. But sometimes I just, like you, I get busy and it falls by the wayside. So for me, this is a way that I can replace my breakfast, or not having breakfast maybe is a less desirable habit that I often find myself falling into. I might only have coffee and no breakfast, so what I've decided to do is have a green juice as my breakfast instead. So that's a habit replacement that aligns with my radiant health goal. Right? That's something easy to do. I don't have to juice the stuff myself because I've made it easier for myself. Get it? Oh, what are some other examples? Drop a comment of your example of habit upgrades that you're doing this year to keep motivated. So maybe it's meditation, prayer, asking someone for help once a week. I mean, there's just a gazillion different actions you can take to stay motivated and create the results that lead to you achieving your goal. Be strategic with what habits you're replacing. If you just say, I'm going to expect myself to do this. Oh, I remember the other example. Snooze. Oh, a lot of my clients over the years. This cracks me up. I love it. It's great. It's one of those should goals that a lot of us can fall into as a trap. And they say, oh, really? I want to get up earlier. I'm going to get up like 2 hours earlier. I'm going to get all this stuff done. It's going to be great. Well, okay, that's fine if you're really serious about that. But I want you to ask yourself why. So think of your habit. Why do you want to change it? Wait, seriously think about why. Is it because you think you should? Because you think this is what other go-getters do? Maybe that doesn't work for you. So not hitting snooze in the morning, or setting your alarm like 2 hours earlier, or whatever it is. I just want you to think about why you're doing it and if it's really the right thing for you, because you have to replace one thing for something else. It's like all those wardrobe stylists and people who do those purge shows, and they say when you bring something you bring a new handbag into the house, then one's got to leave, otherwise you end up with a lot more stuff. So let's do the same thing with habits. If you think about it, it makes sense, right? You can only do so much, and we're all already feeling pretty darn full, aka busy. So if you're gonna expect yourself to do this new thing, is there something you can get rid of? Or is it just a matter of upgrading that specific habit? How can you make it easier on yourself to do what you're intending? That's basically my challenge for you. So, post a habit that you are replacing or upgrading and how you're doing it. Tell me how it's working and how you're feeling about your goals and the fact that we're already a third into January. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. So, how are you feeling about your goals? I've been talking about the upcoming online party this Sunday, and if you can't make it on Sunday afternoon or evening, depending on your time zone, I totally understand that. It's no big deal. You can sign up for the worksheets and the replay, and you can always follow up with me later. It's easy breezy. You can shoot me a message on, the myriad channels we have for communicating these days, and just let me know if you have a concern about not being able to attend. That's okay. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I am doing this for you. I'm here to give you what you need to be successful, and that includes this fun party that I'm putting on for you to break down your number one most important goal to the action steps that are going to help you turn your ambition into results. You want that. I want that for you. So sign up for the party this Sunday, even if you are just going to do the replay. I totally get it. We all have stuff going on. And for many of you, that's family time. And I understand. I'm not going to challenge that you work on your goals during family time. No, that's okay. Set your expectations and honor yourself, however that is. But if I can help you with this party, I would love to have you sign up. So I'll drop the link and let me know if you have any questions about habits. Of course, I talk about habits and discipline and goals in my book, Lead with Moxie. If you don't have it yet, let me know and I can shoot you a link. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, continuing our 10-day streak. Woohoo!